Welcome to Eagles Concept Learning Room, the channel that makes your exams easy. If you are visiting the channel for the first time, don't forget to like our videos and subscribe. Before I go on to teach what I'm supposed to teach in this video, I would love also just to request that if you are interested in any materials which will help you to pass your exams, please you can contact the number that is showing on the screen. We have soft copy PDFs of solved examination questions from 2016 to 2019. Feel free to request whichever one you want. All right, this lesson we want to look at linear programming. Linear programming is one of the topics that always comes in Mathematics Paper 2, Section B. This video, we want to give you the tips on how you can handle such a question. Here are a few points that you have to take note if you are to successfully answer questions concerning linear programming. The word at least, which simply means greater or equal to. So whenever you see the word at least, just know that it means greater or equal to. Now, greater or equal to, you can just use your right hand. You use your right hand, you make it like that, so it will be greater or equal to. Then you also have words like at most. Okay, so words like at most, which means less than or equal to. So less than or equal to, this one is likened to the left hand, so less than or equal to. Other words such as not exceeding also means less than or equal to. Not more than also means less than or equal to. Then you also have to remember that always shade the unwanted region, as you will see later on. Then lines with a greater than or equal to symbol always are solid. So if you want to draw a line which is comprised of this symbol or that symbol, then that particular line is going to be straight, solid, not broken. But if you find a line which is either that one or this symbol, then it is going to be dotted. It is going to be a broken line like this. So that is the difference between these two lines. So as long as you can take these points into consideration, you can take note of these points, then it is going to be easier for you to handle the questions. All right, let's look at an example using the 2019 past paper question. So the question reads, Kunika wishes to build a lodge with single and double rooms. He needs to decide the number of each room type he should build to maximize profit. So they are saying let X represent the number of single rooms and Y represent the number of double rooms. Write the inequalities which represent each of the following conditions. Number one, there must be at least. So the moment you see at least, then you know that this one simply means greater or equal to one single room. Now, single room is actually represented by X. So here we are going to have an equation where we are saying X should be greater or equal to 1. All right, so X should be greater or equal to 1 because they are saying there must be at least which is greater or equal to one single room. Then one single room is X. Okay, so 1 there. That is what you come up with. All right, number 2, there must be at least. Again, there is the word at least, which will also mean greater or equal to 10 rooms altogether. Now, the rooms altogether are composed of double rooms and single rooms. So this one is going to be X plus Y. So this is X plus Y, which should be greater or equal to 10. Okay, which should be greater or equal to 10. Go to question 3. The total number of rooms should not exceed. So remember, these are the words should not exceed. So definitely we know it's less or equal to 15. So here we are saying the total number, which is X, the single rooms plus the double rooms, should be less or equal to 15. So you find your 15 like that. All right, let's continue. The number of double rooms must be at least twice the number of single rooms. So now here there is this one must be at least. At least simply means greater or equal to. Then here they are saying the number of double rooms, so that is a y, must be at least twice. Twice is 2. The number of single rooms, so this one gives us 2x. So we'll make an equation here which says y is greater or equal to 2x. So there is nothing difficult about making equations as long as you take note of those words that have been given to you on the first slide. All right, the last one on question A, they are saying the number of double rooms should not be more than 12. Not more than, again, not more than simply means less or equal to. So the number of double rooms, so here we are saying y, okay, should be less or equal to 12. So these are the equations that we are supposed to make. All right, let's proceed to B. B, they are saying, using a scale of 2 centimeters to 5 units on both axes, draw x and y axis for 0 is less or equal to x, x is less or equal to 16, and 0 is less or equal to y, y is less or equal to 16, respectively, and shade the unwanted region to indicate clearly the regions where the solutions of the inequalities must lie. All right, so before we can even go to the graph, we first of all have to figure out the coordinates. Now, equations like these are the equations, just a summary of the equations. The first equation we made was x is greater or equal to 1. So that one is straightforward. Then the second equation we made was x plus y. So this is x plus y. X plus y should be greater or equal to 10. So what you do is you can simply make, for this one to find the coordinates, you simply make a table like this one. So you just make a table of values like this one. So you put x there, then you put y there. So you do this. This is an equation of a straight inequality of a straight line. Then you just need 2 boxes where you put a 0 there and you put a 0 there. Then you can solve this one. So if where there is x, it's 0. So if you put a 0 here, you remain with y is definitely equal to 10. So this one is going to give us a 10. Then now when you go to this other part, where there is y, there is 0. So we are going to put a 0 here, meaning x will definitely be equal to 10. And you have your coordinates as 0, 10 and 0, 10 and 10, 0. Okay, so these are the coordinates. Then the third equation that we had was actually also x plus y. So the third one was x plus y. So this is x plus y. X plus y is less or equal to 15. So less or equal to 15. So this one also, we're going to do the same. And if you're observant enough, you're going to learn a simple trick here. If they give you this one, then it will just be 0, 15 and 15, 0. If you are that quick at understanding, then you figure out that is how it should be done. But we are going to work it out so that you can just see what exactly is supposed to be done. So you put a 0 there, then you put a 0 there. Now this one simply means that here where there is x, it's 0. So you're going to put a 0. Then y will definitely be equal to 15. So this is my 15 right here. Then also here where there is y, there is 0. So if I put a 0 there, then x will definitely be 15. So this one will become what? 15 like this. And I have my coordinates there. All right. Then the fourth one we had, so this is the fourth equation that we had, which was y is actually greater or equal to 2x. Now, for this one, in order to be simple, for an equation which comes like this, instead of just using the one where we are putting a 0 and a 0, what we are going to do is we make this same table, x and y there. So we make this same table. Then the next thing, instead of putting a 0 and a 0, we can just put number 0, 1, 2, end wherever you want to end, so that it can be easier for you to find. Okay, if we put a 0 there, yes, it can find, but there are certain times that it can fail. But please just note, for such, just use this kind of numbering. So when x is 0 here, even there, it will be 0. Then when x is 1 there, then y will be 2 times 1, which will be 2. So if you put a 2 here on x, here it has to be a 4. So hopefully people are following. Then the fifth equation was a straightforward one. It's just y is less or equal to 12. So for this one, you can just treat it as it is, like that. All right, so you go to your graph paper, then you begin now to plot in the inequalities that you have found. So the first one that we have found was actually x x is greater or equal to 1. All right, so now here, I'm sure by now no one has got a problem with a scale. At least we know that a 2 centimeter scale is composed of 10 smaller boxes. So that's why we are counting as 5, 10, 15, and 20. And this one here, this is your x-axis. Then we also have our y-axis there. So you also do the same. They say 2 centimeters to represent 5. So that is 5, 10, 15, and 20. Then make sure that you also label your axis as double rooms and single rooms, or the other way around. It is also okay since they did not specify. All right, now let's see if we can put in. So if 10 boxes are representing 5, then 1 is being represented by 2 smaller boxes. That you should be able to figure out. All right, then we now start putting in the what? The lines. Okay, we now start putting in the lines. All right, so the first line was this one here. You draw it, which was x is greater or equal to 1. That is the line there. You draw it. Okay, then you also draw, first of all, you draw the lines and then you start shading them one by one. Or you can draw one line, shade it, but the best way is to draw all the lines, then shade later. All right, then the second line we dealt with was x plus y is greater or equal to 10. So that one was the 0, 0, which is here, 0, 10, and 10, 0. So that is the line. So this is the line we're talking about here as x plus y. This one should be greater or equal to 10, all right? Greater or equal to 10. Then the other line was x plus y, okay? This one is less or equal to 15. So we also label it, ensure we label it. So that was 0, 15, and you go there, this is 15, 0 as well. Then the next one was y is actually greater or equal to 2x. So this is y is actually greater or equal to 2x. From the coordinates that we had found, we had the 0, 0, which is the coordinate right here. Then we had also 1, 2, which is here. So you just need 2 sets of coordinates and you draw your line there. All right, then the last one we have is y is greater or so y is less or equal to 12. So this is y is actually less or equal to 12. All right, so it is just imperative to first deal with the straight lines, those that are vertical or horizontal, then you go to the ones that are slanted. All right, so we begin to shade. Remember, we always shade the unwanted region. So this is it. X is greater or equal to 1. So the numbers that are greater or equal to 1 is from here going to the right here. So meaning the unwanted region we want to shade is the opposite side. So we shade this unwanted region here. We shade all of it. So make sure you are smart in your shading. You shade the unwanted region like that. You shade the unwanted region, shade the unwanted region, shade it like that, shade it like that, and you're done. Then you go to this one. They are saying y is less or equal to 12. So the numbers that are less or equal to 12 is the one that are down here. So meaning the unwanted region we are shading is actually the one that is up here. All right, so we shade up there, we shade up there, we shade, that is the unwanted region. Make sure you shade it. Okay, so the unwanted region has to be shaded exactly just like this. You shade it, and you're done. Then you can go to whichever line you feel like. For example, if you want to shade x plus y is greater or equal to 10, so you can choose any point. For me, I'll just choose this point here. I'll just choose a point which is here. For example, if I choose maybe let's say 5, 5,2. At least 5,2 is within here because this is comma 1. So comma 2, I'll choose this point. So now how do you choose the point? You choose a point that is not exactly on this line. So you can either choose a point here or you choose a point there. For example, I can choose comma 6 here. So these 2 points. So it doesn't matter which point I choose, but it is going to help me. So I'm going to demonstrate using these 2 points. So the first point, if I decide to choose this one, now I'm going to do this. Okay, so this is 5,2. So I'll write 5,2 here. So 5,2, this is how you test. So this is the same as x, y. Then I write the full equation, which is x plus y. So this is x plus y. This one they are saying it should be greater or equal to 10. All right. Now this 5,2 simply means x, y. So here I'm going to put 5 plus the y here, which is the 2, should be greater or equal to 10. All right. So if I find that this is 7 is greater or equal to 10. Now, is this true? This is not true. 7 cannot be greater or equal to 10. 7 is less. So if it is not true, then it means that if the point that you are testing, it has given you an answer that is not true, it means that is the position where you are shading. So you are supposed to shade on the on this same side where this point, which has been found not to be true, is. So you shade the unwanted region there, you shade it, right? So it becomes easier. You just shade like that, and you are done. All right. Supposing we had chosen the point 5,6. Supposing we had chosen the point 5,6. How would it have helped us? So 5,6 here would have just put a 5 plus a 6 here, which should be greater or equal to 10, of which this is true. 11 is actually greater or equal to 10. So if it is true, it means you cannot shade there, you are shading the opposite. So if we chose this one, it would have given us it is true, then we would have shaded the opposite, which is amounting to the same thing. So you can take that approach. All right, let's get another point. This is how you test. This is the method that you use in testing slant lines like this one, or that one. Let me do it again using this one. Then the last one will just shade. By then, people will know what we are doing. So this is x plus y is less or equal to 15. So if I want here, I can just choose any point. For example, I can choose this is 10, 1. Okay, let me choose 10,2, a point which is down there, or I can choose a point that is up there if I want. It's also acceptable. All right, so I've chosen 10, 2, which is the same as x, y. Then the equation we are using is x plus y. So x plus y should be less or equal to 15. So let's test this point. Is it true? If I put a 10 here plus the 2 here, which is plus 2 less or equal to 15. So this one is giving me 12. Now 12 is less or equal to 15. Is this true? Yes, it is true. So because I've chosen a point that is here and it has turned out to be true, so we don't shade where it is true, we shade where it is not true. So if this is true, meaning we shade the opposite side, which will be that side. So we shade on the opposite side, and this is what we are going to come up with. So we shade the unwanted region there, and there, and there, and there, there, and there. So we shade this one. So automatically you can also do the same to shade this other one. You can try it, but you find that this one you are supposed to shade actually. This is the unwanted, but you can you use the same method to also just test. All right, so this is the unwanted region there. All right, so now here you have to figure out the corners. You have to figure out the corners. So for example, here they are asking the question, the rate for a single room is 600 kwacha, is 600 kwacha and 900 kwacha for a double room. How many rooms of each type should Kunika build to maximize the income? So now here we know that X is standing for the single rooms and Y is standing for the double rooms. So to find how much will give us profit is we have to multiply the number of chairs by the amount each chair is being sold. So here it will just be x multiplied by 600, which will give us 600x. Then y plus 900, which will give us 900y. All right. Then now we are going to pick now. Look at the solution set here. This is the one that has remained unshaded. So we've got this point here, which is 1 comma 12. 1 comma 12. Let me just check. Okay, so first of all we have 1 comma 9 here. We have 1 comma 9. Then apart from 1 comma 9, okay, so this part is shaded. Okay, so 1 comma 9, and then we also have 1 comma 12. So this point here, this is 1 comma 12 here. So we have 1 comma 9, 1 comma 12. Then we also have this other point here, which is actually okay, this is 3 comma 12. This is the point 3 comma 12. Then we also have this other point here, which is down. Okay, this one is 3.5 comma 7. Okay, this is 3.5 comma 7. Then we also have this other point here, which is actually 5 comma 10. Right, so this is 5 comma 10. Okay, so or 5.5 comma 10. All right, so these are the ones that we are going to test. Now, how do we test? These are the ones that we are going to test here. So what you're going to be doing is very simple. We are just going to put, for example, 1 comma 9. So that is 1 comma 1 comma 9, like that. Then the next thing that you are going to do now is you are going to multiply here 600 multiplied by 1. Then this one should be plus 900. Okay, so 900, you are going to put a 9 there. Okay, then this one will definitely give you a sum, which will be 8,700. So 8,700. Okay, then you go to the next. Also, you enter the coordinates as we have identified there. So this one was 3.5 comma 3.5 comma 7. So 3.5 comma 7. Then you substitute into that equation there, which will be 600 multiplied by 3.5. So we have our 3.5 there. Then plus 900 there. This one is being multiplied by 7. Then your answer there will definitely be 8,400. So that is 8,400. 8,400. You go to the next. You are also entering the coordinates, which will be 5 comma 10. So 5 comma 10. Then you multiply, you substitute in there. This one will be 600. Okay, multiplied by 5. Okay, then plus 900 multiplied by 10. Then your answer should be equal to 12,000. So the answer is 12,000. Go to the next point there. So there are 5 points. So when you go to the next, all right, you go to this one, then you are supposed to go to the next point and the next, right? So you go to the next point here also. This other point will be 3 comma 12. So this is 3 comma 12. You also substitute there and you come up with the answer 12,600. So this is 12,600. Then you go to the last one, which is 1 comma 12. So that is 1 comma 12. You fill in also. Here. This one will just be 600 multiplied by 1. Okay, 600 multiplied by 1. Then this should be plus 900 multiplied by 12. And your answer for this one will actually be 11,500 kwacha. All right, so now that you have done that part, that is where now you are supposed to conclude to say, therefore, because the question is asking for how many rooms of each type should Kunika build to maximize the income. So since these are the coordinates that have given you the maximum number, the maximum amount here, so you are going to conclude to say, actually, this Mr. Kunika here, he needs to make 3 single rooms. Okay, so 3 single rooms, and 12 double rooms. So 3 single rooms and 12 double rooms. So this is what Mr. Kunika is supposed to do. And once you answer like that, then you are warm and dry. You get all the full marks that you're supposed to get in linear programming. So it is coming in your exam. Practice, play, pause, and ensure you subscribe to our channel, like the video, drop us a comment, and also support our work by buying the soft copy PDFs, which are in the range of 10, 15, and 20 kwacha per copy. So you can request whichever you feel like you can request. For now, thank you. See you next time.